Welcome to Faith on Tap, a podcast where we go out to the wilds of local breweries and talk to you about, thoughts and various topics are important to all of us. We are here at Witchdoctor Brewery in Southington, Connecticut, and we just got through eating there. Actually, a restaurant nearby. They bring it to you. It's kind of weird. I had a fairly enjoyable wild mushroom Swiss grilled cheese, which means it's the grilled cheese with a mushroom in it that you can charge.
And an au jus.
They charge you $18, $19 for a grilled cheese sandwich.
Was it good?
It was good. It wasn't $19 good. They gave me four
You were
French fries.
dipping the au jus, though.
Well, I paid for the au jus. I'm gonna be dipping all I want.
If you pay for the dip.
Liz, you did not have the dip. What did you have?
I had the buffalo chicken wrap.
And you like it?
Yeah, that's fine. It was huge, and I could only eat half of it. It's just too much food.
Scale 1 to 10?
7.
Everything's a 7 to you, it seems like. Have you ever not gone a 7 on anything? No, actually, the peppermint patty stout, I think you saw me drink it.
Watching you
give
drink
it a 2.
Made me.
Yeah.
I thought that was great. That was a 10.
That was a 10, yeah. But everything's a 7. 7 to 7.5 is your range.
Well, work a little harder if you want a higher number.
I'll give you filet mignon. I hope that's what you're referring to.
Filet is always great. That's always a 10.
Go ahead, Dennis.
I had the pork belly tostadas.
Now, I don't know if you like it or not,
sauce.
because all I see you do is go, ooh, this is hot.
Chili soy sauce. It made me sweat, but it was very flavorful and not very hot. I'm just the spice.
Truth be told, cinnamon makes you sweat as well. So
No, sir. Onion cinnamon does.
There you go. He's anti-garlic, anti-onion. He's anti-anything good.
If it has flavor, don't give it to Dennis.
So how are we going to
like corn?
How are you going to rate this, by the way?
It was really good. I'll give it an 8.
Wow. Well, you can't say that because I gave you fresh corn on the cob last year, and you turned it down because, I can't eat corn on the cob.
Well, I have to shave it off the cob, and it just feels wrong.
Our question is going to be a fascinating question. Liz is going to tell us what that question is.
Who in your life deserves a thank you that you've never given?
Kind of a Thanksgiving type of question.
Mm-hmm.
And are people going to be readily available with a response, you think?
I think it'll take them some time to come around to who they can think of.
That they haven't thanked. Because easy to thank
Are they
people.
going to say their parents?
They don't think they've ever thanked their parents?
Everyone's going to say their parents.
All right, they'll be parents.
I hope not. I hope there's a mixture, but it's probably going to be grandma, grandpa, mom, and dad. And the question will be why? Why should you thank them? And because they loved me.
They're good people.
But the real meat of the question could be, why haven't you thanked them yet?
We can start pressing them on that and see if they hit us or not.
To see if they're shallow, simple people.
Or they have really complex, deep thoughts. Let's have some fun with that. Liz, you agree?
Absolutely.
All right, here we go.
Here you go. So I'm saying happy birthday to
Chelsea.
Chloe. And I'm Liz. And so I just have a couple of questions for you, and I would love to hear your thoughts on it. Okay, so for Chelsea, I would like to know, is there someone in your life that deserves a thank you that you haven't given yet?
Probably. So I was in like a abusive relationship, and there's a guy that used to live with us, and he literally came home one day and he was like, yo, like, whatever happened last night, like, you didn't deserve it. And that was like the one time I was like, damn, like, I need to leave. And I left like a week later.
Oh, wow.
He was the reason I left the relationship.
Okay, and so where does the thank you comes in?
Like, thank you for like making me realize that like I wasn't meant to be like there. Like what he was doing was wrong.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Chloe, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Is there someone in your life that deserves a thank you that you haven't thanked yet?
That I haven't thanked? Oh, I was thinking about that I've already thanked before that deserves a million thank yous, but
For sure.
probably my sister. I grew up not being like that close to her. We're twins. We're twin sisters, so
Oh my.
it was weird not to be close when we were growing up.
You guys have had a very different experience. Only child and twins,
Yeah.
not even close to similar.
Yeah, but we did not get along when we were kids.
Are you fraternal or
We're
identical?
fraternal. I'm 10 minutes older.
Well, I can tell. You have that air of maturity.
But yeah, we didn't grow up that close. She never let me share her clothes. Like, she was always just kind of bratty towards me.
Younger
we-
sisters are that
We
way.
never, 10 minutes, even if they're 10 minutes.
Yeah, it
Doesn't
counts.
matter. But now I feel like when she's like kind of grown up, she kind of realized the importance of family, kind of. And she's kind of far away. She's in New Hampshire, so she's alone up there, of with her boyfriend. She doesn't have a lot of friends, so I feel like that's kind of made her realize she doesn't.
It'll be
do
fun.
much. So I don't know. I feel like growing up, she kind of realized the importance of family and how much we actually mean to her. And she's kind of like expressed that recently towards me. And I don't know. I think she deserves a thank you because she's also like very dear to my heart. She always has been.
What's her name?
Campbell.
Campbell. Oh, what an interesting. Oh,
yeah. So yeah, shout out to Campbell. Thank you.
That's so sweet.
Yeah.
I love it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm Mark, and your name is?
Diane.
Hi, Diane. You have a beautiful baby, by the way.
Thank you. His name is Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, how many years or months old is she?
I think he's like 4 months now.
You're thinking.
I think so.
We have a puppy that's 7 months old,
Okay.
and my puppy is 80 pounds.
Oh, my goodness. He's probably going to max at 10.
Yeah.
So
A question I have for you is, what is someone in your life that deserves a thank you that perhaps you never thanked?
So I know I did say thank you once. I was younger, probably in my early 20s. It's my grandfather. He served in World War II. And I remember he was much older, and I remember just thanking him on Veterans Day one time. But he stormed Normandy, and some of the stories that he had, I would hear him throughout my life growing up. And I don't think I ever appreciated enough what he did for not only our family, our whole country. And there were times when he would break down with tears and he just couldn't speak much about it. But I can't even imagine what he went through. And I don't think I appreciated it enough. But I'm glad I did thank him that one day. I just remember thinking, like, you have to thank him. And I did. And he was very, didn't want to make a big deal about it. I think he gave me a hug and that was it. But since he's been gone, I do think about that a lot. And
did he ever talk to you much about the war?
He would talk to us, but he couldn't go very far without choking up. And then he got tears in his eyes, and we knew that was enough, and we couldn't ask any more detail.
But I'm sure he knew that you loved him. How often did you see him?
Every Sunday for Sunday dinners. My mom would always have everyone over, and it was the highlight of his week. Yeah. And we all got together for dinner. And then when my daughters came along, for him to see them, it was he just loved it. He'd get on the floor and play with them.
You're thankful for him because of the service he provided for the country, or you're thankful for how he connected with you?
Just thankful for everything he went through so that our country, people could be free. And he was so young, and I can't imagine doing that. I don't think I was
going to ask you the next question. Was he 18, 19 years old?
He must have been 18 years old.
So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. And welcome back. And Liz, what do you know?
I know that if you fold a piece of pizza exactly 47 times, it becomes a calzone. That's the science.
I don't think that's
the science, and it's settled.
Is it a single slice or the whole pizza?
If I have to explain it to you, then it's way above.
What's it?
It's science.
If you just fold it in half, it'd be a calzone, basically.
Oh, no, 47 is the number. Pay attention.
If it's a whole pie, maybe in half.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't like calling pizzas pie, by the way. That's a Chicago thing, I think. People think they're cool when they say it a pie, and it's like, eh. And that voice you heard in the distance was the Sage of Salvation.
Oh, that's a big title, and I'm not comfortable with.
Okay, phew. Been a while. He doesn't like it. The Sage of Salvation.
Yeah, I don't. Nope, don't like it.
Maybe it's more like an herb. The sage. You could be the parsley of salvation, or the basil.
Cilantro. I would be the cilantro.
The soapy taste. Yeah.
Yeah.
We asked a question, as you just heard: who in your life deserves a thank you that you've never given? And I talked to Diane, and she was very reflective, a very nice person. And she was reflecting that she felt almost remorse that she never gave her grandfather a thank you for being brave and going overseas. And I believe it was World War II.
Mm-hmm.
He stormed Normandy.
Yeah, you tried to have a conversation with Mark and Tatiana about that, but that didn't go well.
They shut that question down pretty quick. And what was interesting was they answered the next question with a lot of depth, but they did not want to dive deep into this one.
Yeah.
And so you can tell there was some hurt there. There was some angst. And at that point, you just don't press.
No, they had their reasons not to share. So, yeah. And then you had a fun conversation with Chelsea and Chloe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were, again, very nice young ladies. They were just a lot of fun to talk to. And we're still trying to unpack Chelsea's answer. Apparently, there was a roommate that she shared an apartment with, and he was not kind to her, and then he left because he realized he wasn't kind.
Maybe she never thanked God for having him
actually,
leave.
he convinced her to leave because he said, you should leave because I'm not very kind to you. And so she never thanked him for that or something. The story was a little bit convoluted. And
it was
Such is life.
it was on her mind.
Yeah,
so it was
it's
important to her.
good for her. And then Chloe, she has a twin sister who lives up in New Hampshire, and she, even though they had a little bit of tension when they were younger, she would like to thank her for being her sister, which is sweet.
Aw.
Yeah.
That was nice. And I guess we'll see, we have similar responses. So for you guys, who wants to go first? Who in your life deserves a thank you that you've never given?
Well, I thought about this quite a bit over the last couple of days. And in my present job description and how I work through life, I'm pretty thankful to people who deserve thanks. And so I'm very outspoken. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. But when I thought about the question wasn't who are we thanking? The question of who haven't we thanked? And I went right back to my grandparents, because at the point when they were alive and they were part of my life, I was a younger man and I never quite valued what they had to offer until they were gone. Sure. And so I never got to thank them for the impressions they left on me, the lessons they taught, and not necessarily like, Dennis, you need to do A, B, and C. It was just life. It was just doing life. And so my biggest regret would be not thanking grandma, and grandpa from both sides of the family.
And why would you think you didn't thank them? Is there a reason?
Just ignorance, just not being appreciative of what they were pouring into me. And they weren't trying to be the textbook grandma and grandpa. They were just being grandpa and grandpa. And so they were just instilling life lessons. And at the time, I just did not care. Now, as I reflect back on that, I think, they deserve many thanks for the things that they brought me through.
How are you, Liz?
Took me a while to come up with something. I try to live a grateful life, and I try to be very vocal about thanking people, and I instilled that in my kids. They're very cognizant of being thankful too, which is really good. But I had a game. You're being very philosophical about your thankfulness, which is great. And I was thinking, wow, I have a really practical one. My sister-in-law's sister, who I barely know, has made me some beautiful things. And I really need to actually write a thank you card and thank her.
Sister-in-law, sister.
Yeah, Joy's sister.
Met her once?
I've met her once, and I could not remember her name for the life of me. So I'm going to have to write her an actual
beautiful
thank you card.
Many hours of time creating things. It's amazing.
Why haven't I?
Yeah.
Well, one is I can't remember her name, and I'm embarrassed to ask what her name is. Then
That'll do it.
And then I tend to just see squirrels all the time and forget.
For me, it's one of those things. I'm very thankful. I did say it out loud, did I? Because I'm really thankful. When someone does something for me, I don't expect it, and I'm really grateful. And I think most of the time I do say thank you at some form. I might say thank you very much. I'll say something that shows that I'm appreciative. Obviously, when you're young, I'll speak for myself. When I was young, I was an idiot when I was young. So
we went to the same school.
Yeah. I'm totally self-important. So yeah, it's focused on me. So, I'm glad when I got older, I was able to talk to my mother and father and thank them. But when I was young, I didn't thank them for anything, I'm sure. My best friend growing up, him and his brother grew up to spend all the time together. He was bound in a wheelchair, and he had such a positive outlook on his life, and he just taught me so many life lessons. Never, but as a friend, when you're a teenager, say, I always want to thank you for being my friend. And anyway, most guys during that time, I don't say that. Yeah. So, and unfortunately, he died at an early age. So I'm sure he knew that I was thankful, but it would have been nice to have thanked him. Why didn't I? It's like anything, take it for granted. You just that's what they're doing, and I deserve this. I guess part of it might be this self-importance. I'm sure pride comes in. If it's with me, I'm sure pride has something to do with it. I deserve to be treated well or something, but hopefully that was in the past. I hope, I don't expect like students to be thankful for what, but I'll be surprised. Some students will, thank you for this. It's like, you're too young to be thankful. I was never thankful.
You've been thankful by students, both of you, I'm sure.
Yeah.
More for the high school. Middle school kids don't remember their teachers much.
So you're the quiet ones.
Yeah, but
I'm very
middle school is different because a long time ago.
It's just how their brains develop.
Yeah, I
don't take it personally.
I've been blessed with lots of letters from few months to many years, and from people 25 years in the past are thanking me, and so I keep all those letters too when I'm in my pictures and stuff, because when I'm down I try to be positive. I do look at those, and they are important. So I guess that the follow up to that, reversing the roles, have you ever done something for someone and not get a thank you and got upset about it? Well, let me go first. For example, this is very trivial, but when I'm so generous in my car and I wave someone by, and it's like, wait, you just went by, you didn't even make eye contact with me, not even an acknowledgement, not even a thank you wave. Okay, no thank you wave, but give me like a bro nod, nothing. Come on now.
Man.
I didn't have to do that. Look how gracious I am. I bestowed my soul by waiting 4 seconds, and you didn't thank me? Anyone else guilty of that?
I've never done that.
Oh, okay.
Never.
I guess
in my life.
I guess I am the shallowest person here, I guess. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think you've reached a new level.
It's hard to believe I could reach levels of that.
Grief.
But, I think we all, I, as a teacher, I've done this incredible thing. I've spent 2 hours setting up something, and kids like, that's it, whatever. It's like, no thank you there. Or I spend on this vacation, how much money, kids, that I spent on you and this and that. And like, you didn't even say thank you. I would never say that out loud, but I would think it's like, darn, I should have got thank you. But again, I just mentioned 5 minutes ago, when I was a kid, I was an idiot and not thankful for anything either. So I could understand.
Yeah. As a pastor, you try to do things that are in the genre of being thanked for. But I found that when you're expecting to thank you, it never comes, and it's painful when you don't get it because you're expecting it. And so I've learned to, I don't know if this is good or bad, but not expect the thank you. And when it comes, it's a beautiful thing, and it's embraced, and I love it. But
I think it's healthy. I think it's healthy not to expect a thank you, because you're not doing it for the thank you, right?
When the expectation is, I want to thank you, and it doesn't come, it's shattering to your ego.
Yeah.
And your ego was elevated to begin with because you're expecting the thank you.
Yeah.
So I just don't expect it anymore. When it comes, I'll give an example. Pastor Appreciation Month was October, and our church thanked me or appreciated me with a very large monetary gift. Whether it be large or small, I would have been thankful no matter what. And so it's kind of a mindset of if you're working for the thanks, then you're going to miss out on the thanks.
Do not take that there's a sense of poor me here, because it's not, but it's kind of built into being a mom, especially when you're starting with these babies who are they're just the little selfish body pods. And it's kind of, it's mostly the mom's job to instill a sense of thankfulness into the child, and that it takes a long time. So you have lots of practice of not being thanked. And sometimes being yelled at. And
you've never been thanked for changing a diaper.
Exactly.
Puked on
and all that,
spit on.
and I get that from my kids. Once they have their own children, then they see it. But and also teaching middle school children, like we just said, they're in a different mindset. And so you just get it. If you're going into any of those things, motherhood, teaching, and number of, church service, to collect the trading cards of thank yous, you're in the wrong business. You're there for something else, and it's not to read. But when people reach a certain point in their life and they're still not thanking you for things that, then you don't have to like be foul to them, but you might be a little slower to be offering a similar thing later.
No one wants to be a doormat.
No. But you end up dispensing your generosity differently.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, whether that's right or wrong, that's just the nature of the beast.
Yeah, it's human nature. Absolutely.
So I guess on the same path that we're going. So do you think people who are generally not thankful in nature, is that a reflective of how they feel with their thankfulness in their spirituality? So say a Christian, the Christians who maybe not generally be a thankful type people, do you think they're also not going to be generally thankful for God, or you think that's going to be different?
I mean, it's their character.
Yeah, I would agree.
So if they're not thankful in life, they're not going to be thankful for God.
Right. I don't think you're going to parse that too thinly.
It's a condition of your heart, gratitude, thankfulness, whether it be towards God or towards others. I don't think it can be manufactured.
And as Jesus is pretty specific about the importance of being thankful, when he told me that this is the prayer, our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. We're starting with the thankful that they're giving us this day our daily bread. So, thankfulness is so important. Why do you think so many people in their life are not as thankful to God as we should be? Because obviously, I think the majority of Christians that I speak to, they're strong Christians and all, but they don't necessarily have the thanksgiving in their heart for God all the time. And I don't know, maybe like everything else, we take God for granted.
Well, absolutely.
Just expect him.
There's also, maybe it's more in America that unfortunately, and you've mentioned this before, this idea that God is just he loves us so much that he's not going to let us not have the things we want.
Right, yeah.
And we treat him like a heavenly vending machine. And if they don't get it, and they might have internalized it and not even realize that that's where their heart is.
Mm-hmm.
And I in our prayer life, it can become cliche. Thank you, God, for blah blah blah. I say it every day. So I try to mix it up, and I'll say I'll look at the sky and I'll thank you for having these colors, and thank you for the atoms and the quarks that make up the atoms and the quarks that are necessary to be in a certain combination. And no, I'll really because
you go deep into thanks.
I have to, because if I don't do that, I'll say thank you for the family, thank you for and it's like it becomes canned, and I try to mix it up as much as I can, because I could be thankless sometimes to God. I can take him for granted, and I try not to. So
I think we all do. I think we all can take God for granted, take our salvation as a Christian for granted, take grace for granted, and take mercy for granted. For me personally, I don't, in my official prayer time, I don't offer a lot of thanks. I'm more of a petition guy. God, can you? God, would you? Can you? Can you? Would you? Can you? Can you? Would you? But I find myself throughout the day thanking him for the little things. Thank you that I found my keys. I know that sounds totally ridiculous, but when you lose your keys as much as I do, there's a posture of your heart where you're thankful that it didn't launch into 15 minutes of looking. It went to a minute. Now, is that God? Is that a Joel Osteen, God's faith? I don't know, but but I'm thankful. I try to be thankful in the moment for the things God gives. Do I fail? Absolutely. Do I miss the mark? Absolutely. But it's something I'm very cognizant of.
To be thankful, it's like, sometimes it's like, yeah, I know you died for me, and yeah, I have eternal life because of you, but my toe hurts right now, and my toe really hurts, and it's like, are we really that shallow? And the answer is yes, we really are. We don't appreciate the vastness and the sacrifice as much as we really do. But if we make a sacrifice for somebody, I better get thanked.
And you know, we don't understand the depth of the sacrifice that Jesus made. We don't understand
not at
the
all
cost of our salvation.
No.
We can't even scratch the surface of it, because if we did, even scratching the surface, I believe that we couldn't walk in anything other than thankfulness, like bowing down all the time, thanking God for what
and
he's
maybe
done.
that would be a good prayer to God to reveal that the levels of his depth of his love for us, so we can be more thankful.
Yeah.
Any parting thoughts on the importance of being grateful in the world, Dennis?
You know, I think thankfulness towards the world, towards just everyday things, positions us in a place of not only being able to receive from the world, but also to give back. Thankfulness is a posture of humility. It's a posture of gratefulness, of considering others more and you less. And so to be thankful, I think, opens up a whole broad avenue of fulfillment of life, and to accept what people have given you, be thankful for, and then give back what people have given you, and to be thanked for, even if it doesn't come in words or action.
And
awesome. I just would like to offer Psalm 100, which is a psalm for giving grateful praise.
The Bible.
She always brings us up.
I know.
Good grief.
Shout for joy to the Lord, all the earth. Worship the Lord with gladness. Come before him with joyful songs. Know that the Lord is God. It is he who made us, and we are his. We are his people, the sheep of his pasture. Enter his gates with thanksgiving and his courts with praise. Give thanks to him and praise his name, for the Lord is good, and his love endures forever. His faithfulness continues through all generations.
Amen.
Amen. And thank you all for listening. It means a lot to us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Amen.
Tune in next episode when you'll hear Dennis say,
Wait. Let's just reflect on this. The beeriest beer that's ever beered.